Avery.
Because of you, I'm nervous. And your friend, the marble dropper, and your stoplight is the reason why I get nervous. So, I was dressed. 3 months ago, when I first started this class, one of my first questions were, Dr. Vendetti, do we have homework? He heard me, but he didn't answer me. Right then and there, I knew I had to use my brain to get through this class. So I'll go through the contents of my portfolio. That will be speeches, what I've learned, humor, ideas, and why do I have that twice? Have that twice in there. I'm gonna go with it. So I'll go start my speeches first. My first speech was my significant individual speech. This is a speech that I couldn't finish. My timing was off. At home, when I was putting it together, it didn't seem like I had more than 7 minutes, 30 seconds worth of material. But as I finished and got home and went over it again, it ended up being like 20 minutes. So I think I could have used it for an auditorium presentation. After that speech, a lot of you guys were wondering what was the outcome, the end of the speech. So I'll just give you a bit of the insight of what happened. Basically, what I wanted to say to you was that my mom went through a lot of things in her life. She lost a lot of loved ones. Within like 5 years, she lost her husband due to a car accident, and she lost a son who was killed in gang violence in the Lakewood Mall. If some of you guys are older as my age, like around 35, 36, if you've ever heard of a shooting that happened in Lakewood Mall in 1995, that was my brother. Anyhow, the moral of it was that she's a strong person, and she still was able to keep her family together, being a single mom. She took kids into her home that she didn't know, we knew, but she was just that #1 mom. Well, early in her years, she was not good in school, so she didn't finish school. And she always wanted to. She always wanted to live in a big house in the country again. And the end of my stories was just to tell you guys that she ended up doing that. She ended up graduating. Now she lives in Arkansas. She has a big house, a lot of yard, deer everywhere, snakes, what have you. So that was kind of a touching speech for me. Like I said, I love my mom to death, and it's the one that she hasn't called me yet because she knows I'll do my speech. My second speech, my demonstration speech now, this is a speech that I was real comfortable in. #1, because I'm an excellent cook, in my opinion. And since this speech, making those donuts, I've made them like maybe 15, 20 times now, because now my younger daughter, she wants donuts, and she goes in the refrigerator, gets the can of donuts, and she brings them to me to the bed. Dad, can you make me some donuts? Yeah, I'll make you some donuts, babies. Donuts. The informative speech, I didn't get into that. It didn't really hit me like it should have. I didn't prepare the way I should have prepared for this speech, so I'll skip that one. My persuasive speech, again, here's a speech that I was real comfortable with. Here's my little guys here. I showed you guys last time with a speech. Championship motivated. And speaking of championship, believe in what I say that I'm a championship type of guy. My daughter had a cheerleading competition this year in November, and there she's right there. That's another championship right there. Take that. The championship. Dance competition. Did you guys see my donuts? Did you guys see the donut ad? Okay. The pair speech, long distance high five, Phil. We rocked it within a day or so. I called him on the phone. Phil, what's up? He called me. It was a blocked number, so I never answered his call. So I had to block numbers. When I finally answered, I tried to call you earlier today. I said, that was your number. I don't answer block calls. So we kind of got it together over the phone, and then came here early the next day and finished it. The Bill of Rights, pair speech, I liked it because it was paired and it helped me out because I work well with others. So that was a good speech for me. So now I'll go to I've read. Have any of you guys ever seen or heard of the movie My Sister's Keeper?
Yes.
Real good movie. For some of you guys who haven't seen that movie, I encourage you to go see it. It took me till it came on DVD to go see it, or to see it. Normally because my daughter is like a really emotional person, and if she watches the movie, she wants to cry. And see, I'm not that kind of guy. After my manhood, so I said, Dad, let's watch My Sister's Keeper. Mom ordered it for us. I don't watch My Sister's Keeper. So I sat down and watched My Sister's Keeper with her, and all of a sudden, I'm like, I got to turn around and go somewhere else. I come back and I finish watching it. But just to let you know what the movie was about. It was about a young girl who was born with a form of cancer, and mom didn't want the daughter to die. So they were the opinion was for them to have another baby and use the infant baby to take care of the older baby. So they were getting like bone marrow from this baby. They wanted organs from the baby just to have the older sister live longer. What ended up happening was that as soon as the younger daughter got old enough to understand what was going on, she decided to hire an attorney to protect herself from anybody taking any organs or anything from her body. Her mom wanted to fight that issue. Her mom was also an attorney. So at the end of the movie, it came to be that the daughter that was dying really didn't want her daughter to support her in I guess we'll say an organ type way. She didn't want that. She wanted to go ahead and die. She was ready to die. So at the end, the younger daughter went to court, and the son got up and said, "You know what? Tell the truth. Tell her what she really wants." And so the little girl told her, she just wants to die. She doesn't want to be here anymore. So that was like a touching movie for me. Like I said, I cried a little bit. No sound came out, just the water. Just the water. Just the water. Just the water. And another book I read was it's called How to Change a Kid in 5 Days. Or How to Change a Kid in 5 Days. And for me, that's my type of organization. Kids. I have 5 kids. This is harder than what I do at home with my kids. In fact, I was doing my homework one day, and when I first started the class, and I was doing some homework, and my son came and said, "What are you doing, Dad?" Some homework. I said, "You should be doing your homework too." And he thought it was kind of funny that I was doing homework. So then my speech class kicked in. So I told him a little story. I said, a long time ago, May 23rd, 1991, I said, I met this person, and I gave him a chance, right? And I said, now I'm here doing my homework. I always tell you to do your homework, and you're bothering me. I said, now, if you can't figure out who this person is, you got 2 seconds to get out of my face before I slap the now later juice out your mouth. And he took off running. So the class didn't work for a second. I have one good idea, and I'm pretty sure you guys can relate this to me. That idea is to have more online classes so people can stay home and take care of their kids and come to school just for additional help. That's like the best I can do for ideas because it matches me. Well, I have another humor for you. So I was actually we're at Walmart, and my younger son who was 8 at the time, and then my younger daughter who was 1 at the time. We're in Walmart, and we live in Lacey. If you're not familiar with Lacey, there's a big mushroom farm out in Lacey. Oh my God. And it stinks up the whole Lacey. When the wind blows and it rains, it's like someone went in the front yard and just took one right there in the front yard. So anyway, we're at Walmart, and my son came to me and he's like, Dad, pull my finger. And I'm like, I'm not pulling your finger, you know. Because I didn't do was, no, pull my finger, I got something to do. I said, no, I'm not pulling your finger. Okay, so I ended up pulling his finger and he did what he had to do. I just want to get away. Go ahead, just go. You know, do what you got to do. Right? So remember, Lacey stinks. So we get in the car to go home, and then all of a sudden, we're like, we smell something in the car, right? I'm thinking it's a mushroom farm, you know. Then all of a sudden, he goes, no, it's the baby, it's the baby. So I'm like, okay, it's the baby. So we get all the way home. We get all the way home. We get all the way home.
Oh, no, keep going. I want to hear this.